In nearly every state and in some municipalities, interpreters are getting lots of airtime during the COVID-19 pandemic, translating information from medical professionals and political leaders to the general public. Adam Pinsker spoke to the interpreter who has this job for the state of Indiana.
If you've watched any of Governor Eric Holcomb's daily press conferences, you've probably noticed a sign language interpreter on the upper right-hand side of your screen.
I've done like the State of the State address and legislative hearings and things like that, but also like state agencies that have deaf employees and they have like a staff meeting.
But since late March, Andy Rourke has been interpreting vital information from the governor and his cabinet to the hearing impaired across Indiana.
I get physically and emotionally and mentally tired from all that stuff. Going for an hour solid, it's kind of harder than it looks.
Years of preparation got Rourke to the point where he's able to endure signing during these marathon press conferences. Both his parents are deaf, so he learned how to sign at an early age.
When I was growing up, so there wasn't like access to professional interpreting at the time. So as children, more so my sister because she was older, but a lot of times we would have to go with my parents to different appointments or events and things like that to interpret for them.
Rourke says one of the biggest challenges is processing the information from the news conference in real time and turning it around into sign language.
And especially when you're doing numbers, because there's kind of a rhythm in the way you sign numbers and you don't want to like get ahead of yourself.
It's not an issue during the weekly press conferences, but out in public when people are wearing masks, it's harder for members of the deaf community to follow along in conversation. Rourke says that's because facial expressions are just as important as hand signals in sign language.
Adjectives and adverbs are like here in the mouth area, which will emphasize how much or how little, how big or how small.
But no matter what language you speak, the same recommendations apply.
Stay home, stay safe. Could you translate that into sign language?
And I just wanted to thank Andy. It may be a little uncomfortable, Andy, for you to be talking about yourself right now, but right back at you. He has done yeoman's work every single day to make sure that we are not just communicating, but connecting with folks with the information that they need to live safely through the day.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Adam Pinsker.
When Andy isn't interpreting for the state government, he usually signs for college classes and people's medical appointments.